Good evening, everybody. Let's call the meeting to order. This is the City of Arlington Planning Commission Meeting Board, Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. If we can all stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. September 20th. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. We call roll call, please.
Commission Chair Tim Dean,
Here.
Vice Chair Bruce Angell,
Here.
Commissioner Melissa Johnson, here. Commissioner Yvonne Van Ornum, here. And Commissioner Mike Thomas.
Here. Thank you very much. At this time, Chair requests a motion for approval of agenda.
Move to approve the agenda.
I second that. Approve.
Well, I think that there needs to be a change already. There's something wrong with it. Because you read it wrong. It says right on the top, July 20th
That's right.
instead of September 20th.
So at this time, we will make a note that it is Tuesday, September 20th, 21st, 2021.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so, Chair requests a motion for approval with changes.
I'll make a motion of approval with changes.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
We love you though.
Thank you. So, following item is approval of the consent agenda. This would be minutes from our July 8th, 2021 Planning Commission workshop. This would be minutes from July 20th, 2021 Planning Commission meeting, and minutes of the September 7th, 2021 Planning Commission workshop. That would be attachments A, B, and C.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
I second that.
Okay, any
I'll second.
conversation?
No.
No discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None, so it passes with unanimous. Thank you. So the next items on our agenda would be the new business, and this is going to be an open public hearing. This would be item number 1, which is Arlington Municipal Code Title 20.08 and 20.40 Code Amendment and Planning Number 874.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, as you have pointed out, this is a proposed changes to the AMC Title 20 through city-initiated project that amends the City of Arlington Development Code regulations to reflect the recent zoning district changes and requirements of House Bill 1923 and 1920. AMC Chapter 2008 definitions, proposed updates include additional definitions. Thank you. To define certain housing types and housing income levels, AMC Chapter 2040 permissible uses, Table 2040-1. Proposed updates include recently changed zoning districts by adding residential ultra-low capacity, residential low capacity, residential moderate capacity, residential medium capacity, and residential high capacity, as well as a commercial corridor district. The commercial corridor district is a new zoning district. And so as you go through the changes in here, I just am asking Planning Commission and the audience if they have any question regarding the changes that are being proposed.
I would like to add something.
Yes.
I just wanted to let you know that from the workshop to today's meeting, we made an addition on, if you go to permissible uses, right before the table of permissible uses, we added a table of permissible uses key that shows what the letters in the table mean. So thank you, Mike. And so hopefully this makes it a little bit clearer when people are to this section. It's going to be right above the table, so they'll be able to go. They'll be right next to each other on the pages, so they can see what that means, and then go back and figure out what a zoning permit means, special use. But at least it's right next to the table. So thank you for that suggestion, Mike.
And if I could make a special note that if you have any past iterations of attachment D, it more than likely that is not on it. The one that you did put it on was the one that you sent out most recently on September 15th. So that does have it on it, by the
Okay,
way.
yep.
So past ones don't have it
Yes.
on it, but this one does, so.
Yep, I just wanted to point out that it got
Thank you
added,
very
so it
much.
was a change. Thank you.
You bet. Any further presentation from staff?
Not this
None?
time.
Okay. At this time, then, the chair will, I'd like to open the public comment portion of the public hearing. If we have anyone in the audience that cares to speak at the public hearing portion of our meeting this evening. Thank you. Okay. So at this time, I will then, since there is no testimony this evening, then I will now close the public comment portion of the public hearing. At this time, we now open it up to our commissioners if they have any questions or comments.
I do. Question. I noticed that in the Old Town Residential, you added multifamily garden apartments. Is that feasible in Old Town? I don't have a problem with that designation, but I'm just wondering if it's feasible.
It would, if they had multiple lots, in order to be able to build garden-style apartments, yes, it would be feasible. But remember, in Old Town, we're actually working on our Old Town design standards also.
Right.
So they would have to meet the criteria of the design standards in order to be able to do that housing type.
Right, and it's footnoted to that effect, too.
Yes.
I mean, that particular addition is footnoted.
Correct.
Yeah,
Sec-
we also have some lots in town that, even though they were originally platted as smaller lots, they've since been combined just kind of naturally over time, so they can't really subdivide back to the smaller lots. So this might give an opportunity for that also.
Will two of the smaller lots make a size for a garden apartment?
Not sure.
Well, it depends how many
on the-
units you're trying to achieve. So you could do like a 4-unit complex.
Okay. Second question, it's not really a question. It turns out that the current zoning map does include the additions of the ultra-low capacity. It has it on there, I just thought it wasn't included in anything, but it is on the map.
Yes, it's on the map, just not anywhere else right now in the code. So that's what we're working on, chapter by chapter, getting that to you.
One more. Permanent supportive housing and transitional housing are listed in two sections that appear to be the same. I know they're different, but my question has half to do with putting these in both, and the other is, what's the difference?
There's no difference.
That's in, one is 1400 and 1420.
Yeah, so we have, if it's located in a single family, I believe, let me
Yeah.
find it. Yeah, there's two sections.
Yeah, 1400 is 1.4. 1.400 is what I mean to say.
Where did it go? Where'd it go? So one is one is multifamily residences is 1.300 with the uses underneath it, and 1.420 is located in a multifamily residence occupying single or multiple dwelling units. So they're different. It's just how our permissible use table is laid out at this moment. So I had to put it in both places to make them allowed in both places. But when we actually redo the
Density and dimensional.
the density dimension table and come back to this, we are looking at updating this again. This was just to get these into the code right now, so we are in compliance with the state. But we will be coming back to the permissible use table after we get the rest of them done, and then we'll be revamping the numbers and the sections to make it a lot more user-friendly than what it is right now. So it's kind of a placeholder just to make sure they're not being exempted from areas that they have to be allowed.
Okay, it just seemed like it was a duplicate.
Yes, I agree.
And I guess I have the same question about 1.321 multifamily townhouses in Old Town Residential. Same question, do we have, is that a,
It's all on the lot dimension in what they have available for usable area. Because there are lot, and we have varying sizes of lots also. But if you have done lot combinations, and so let's say they've taken 4 of the platted lots and created 2 parcels out of that, then that would be applicable for that type of a structure.
and that's also footnoted for conformance with Old Town Design
Correct.
Standards. So I have. Thank you.
Any further deliberation? None? Okay. Then the chair requests a motion.
I move that we, Planning Commission, recommend approval by City Council of AMC Title 2008 and 2040 Code Amendment, PON 874.
I second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None? Thank you very much. Then at this time, I will recommend that it be passed, and I will now declare the public hearing closed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Next item on our agenda.
So I will be recusing myself since I was the commercial real estate broker in the sale of this property.
Thank you. Next item on our agenda is going to be design review. This is going to be the Planning Commission acting as a design review board. Item number 1 is Reese Construction Planning Number 868.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The applicant, 2812 Architecture, on behalf of Andy Reese, is seeking design review approval for new construction of a 7,420 square foot building, or 2-story office building, an 840 square foot, 1-story scale house. The main entry of the office will face north towards Cemetery Road. Access to the office and scale house will be taken from a driveway into the site. The site is located at 5802 Cemetery Road in the General Industrial Zone and in the Airport Protection District, Subdistrict A, Inner Turning Zone 3. The site is approximately 13.86 acres in size, and the proposed building is constructed of metal paneling with stone veneer at the base of the building, a large canopy and glass entry, and the site provides trees and landscaping around the building and along the frontage. So at our last meeting was the workshop, so I did tell you that 2812 Architecture did already, that the day of the meeting, already made the corrections to the plans. So I didn't know if you wanted me to go over what they changed or what they did, or if you noticed them on the plans. It's kind of up to you if you want me to go through their changes, or if you're okay moving forward.
Could you please?
Sure.
There were quite a few.
Well, I could have, just a second. I lost my one sheet.
If you can find them.
There we go. All right, so the requested items were provide a sidewalk connection from Cemetery Road right-of-way to the building, which included 4 different design standards within the matrix that was mentioned 4 times, and so they provided a sidewalk from the cemetery right-of-way line through the landscaping across the parking lot into their building on the north side. Number 2, the service elements were not shown on the plan, so there was clarification, so that covered 8 of the design standards. The utilities or the service elements will be located on the south side of the building, so they will not be viewable from the street. Number 3, the gutter downspouts were not shown on the plan, and that covered 1 design standard, and the gutters will be incorporated into the building, so they won't be, you won't notice them. Number 4, provide a block wall between the parking area and the cemetery road for parking lot screening. That was 4 different design standards, where that reference was. And then I went, actually, Mr. Clark of 2812 pointed out that the option was to provide a wall or screening, and they did screening with the landscaping between Cemetery Road and the parking area. So that is taken care of. Provide pedestrian scale lighting for pedestrian access from Cemetery Road to the building and from the parking lot to the building. That was 3 different design standards. And they provided, I don't remember off the top of my head on the size, I think they're about 4 or 3 feet. I'm sorry, they're on the plans. I don't have the exact height, but they provided pedestrian, or the lighting that comes up, the small ones, along the pathway, and then also around the front of the building. And number 6 was to provide information regarding an irrigation plan for the landscaping, and that was noted on the plans that will be taken care of at the time of the actual construction with the contractor, not at this time for the design. So that will be on the civil plans. So I am asking the board to approve the design review for Reese Construction with no additional items needed for approval.
Thank you, Amy.
Thanks.
Any further questions or comments? None? Do you have anything more to add?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the design review for Reese Construction, PLNA 68, and there are no conditions.
No conditions, all right. Second is taken. Any further discussion? None? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None opposed, so that passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you bet. Thank you.
That was easy.
Thank you for being here. At this time, for members of the public that wish to speak to the commission regarding matters on Planning Commission meeting agenda, please, looks like there are no public comments for this evening. So at this time, the chair requests a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The meeting's adjourned. Thank you.